Hey everyone, welcome to the April 2020 video newsletter. There was a ton to go over this month for SEO and for new updates, obviously with different searches happening from COVID-19. People are staying home. There's a lot of information going on right now from all kinds of sources I'm going to go over. In fact, there was so much I had to do multiple videos. So if you check out my channel, there's information right now on cybersecurity. I've spoken with some experts in that field about internet traffic and how it is stable and doing well. How there's as much as 40% increase in network traffic. There was a new Google algorithm update, of course, of all things now, because so many people are looking on the internet. Search habits have changed recently. Also, big updates from Google My Business this month. Also, ways to maintain and improve your SEO going forward. And of course, funny memes this month. So everyone stay tuned, and also like and subscribe. Check out my YouTube channel for even more videos and more content. So let's get started. Hey everyone, thanks for joining me. So again, this is the April 2020 newsletter, and man, it's been a crazy month. You know, if I think hard enough, I can even think back to how it used to be just 1 month ago. Hello and welcome to this month's March 2020 video newsletter. So today I'm going to go over a few items. There were some exciting things that happened. Wow. Man, I bet everyone remembers that, huh? Well, let's go on straight into things because we've got a lot of great questions and important questions for small businesses. So let's dive right in, shall we? And right here, we can see this is the video. This is the newsletter, actually. If you subscribe to my website, and at the bottom of the page here on kowabundant.com is the sign up for the newsletter. And that's how you can get it. You can also get it on other channels, obviously YouTube and some others. So thanks everybody for checking this out, and thanks for the small businesses for giving these questions. So what we can see is, first off, I really want to mention there's a lot of people right now who need help. So please donate. There are two great causes that I'm supporting and mentioning. One is to donate to Columbus artists and musicians. There are links in the description below, as well as donate to provide meals to those in need. That was co-sponsored by the Refectory for that. So definitely help out those, and please donate. So let's go on in. Over here, we can see some of these questions right now, right off the bat. Number one, customers are unable to leave reviews, nor can I respond to Google My Business reviews. What's going on? So this is a great question, and there were some big updates from Google My Business that have happened that I want to go over basically. And if we go right here, this is from Advice Local. They had an email that went out that basically said there's a new temporarily closed business feature. And if you have a business that's closing due to COVID-19, you can mark it as temporarily closed. That's obviously very beneficial for those who can't work right now. There's dentists, there's people in the healthcare practice, massage therapists, and others that it's all about close interaction, and they were actually ordered to shut down. So that's where you would want to mark temporarily closed. In fact, I have right here a business, and basically you would mark it temporarily closed and close that business, and then it'll go through and save, and then it's closed, and then when you're done, you can mark it as open. So pretty simple there. It's under review, so it takes a little bit, but that's how that works. So fairly simple. And then let's go to the next question because it goes into more detail about this. So number two, my store location is closed in light of COVID-19, but I'm still taking web orders. How do I tell Google My Business this? Will it affect my search rankings? So obviously a great question. If you have a closed physical store, but you're still online technically taking orders on the web. So how do you address this and not confuse people, lose rankings, that sort of thing? So for this option, what I recommend is actually marking going into the business and marking special hours, which would be this area, and actually going in and editing the special hours. If you're closed for maybe like a few weeks or something only, that's where I would do that instead of a full out closure. I would actually mark the physical store there as closed. So it's a little tricky. It's a little confusing, from the two options, but just remember Google My Business is mostly for maps and those sort of things versus actual like Google search. You'll still show up in search and all that kind of stuff. But there is some influence on some of those searches. So anyways, let's go to number 3. And what I want to say, I have an option to place temporarily closed on our locations. Can I contact Google My Business with questions? Okay, so this is a big deal. Right now, Google My Business is not accepting questions over the phone. They used to have basically an online form you could fill out, and then they would answer your questions. Now, due to limited staff, they are not taking questions. So be aware of that. Make adjustments accordingly. And reach out to me, basically, or visit help forums and stuff like that for help specifically. All right, if I mark it as that, can I easily turn it back on? Yes, as we saw from the other option in this business, you can basically mark it as open right here once you're available again. So that's a great way that Google has changed things. They've also made some other changes, adding delivery options and takeout options for restaurants in Google My Business. So do make sure you inform your customers if you're open, how you're open, so they can still order from you and still do business with you. All right, next question is number 4. Do you know how accurate Google My Business Insight data is? Yeah, so it's fairly accurate to a degree. They're certainly more accurate with the maps information, like the actual clicks to your map. It's not as accurate, basically it's not accurate with actual calls from your website. So it won't technically show that. It would show calls from like the Google Maps listing instead. So be aware of that. And my recommendation is always to evaluate the Google Analytics instead. So that's where you would want to focus. Google Analytics has the most accurate data overall to evaluate clicks and all that kind of stuff. All right, next question is, what is the best word count for my SEO page meta description? So this question we actually did an article on, and basically this, if I can find it. So this question was for SEO meta description, and it is on our website where we have a link to this, and it'll be also in the actual video newsletter, or the actual newsletter, I'm sorry. So right here, this is the article down there, and it's all about best word count for meta description. Meta description is kind of a back-end term, so it means like on the back end when you are actually talking about a meta description and like what is that even. The meta description is when you look up like plumbers on Google and you see this, and like this is a meta description right here. So this is the SEO title. This is the meta description, and you want to make sure this makes sense. This one actually doesn't kind of make sense. This one makes more sense, I think. And then local businesses, that makes like way more sense. So make sure you have this with your business location, all that stuff. And this should be between 90 to 160 characters. Sometimes they even say 60 to 160. But make sure it's optimized at least around minimum 90 characters. 160 is better. And try different things. I've seen an increase of as much as 15% on this, which is really awesome to have that kind of increase, 15% according to Search Engine Journal. And I've even seen that as well. So meta descriptions are really important. It's something we test and work on at Kow Abundant, and something to try for your business. All right, next question. So how can small businesses get, how can my small business get a new Google ad credit, the new Google ad credit that Google's giving out? So Google is giving out $350 million worth of ad credits over the coming months, they said, to small businesses. And in order to qualify for that, it said you're going to need to have an active account since January 2019. So be aware of that. There are some caveats for that. If you've been an active account, there's still not enough detail on it, but they said they're giving it out. So hopefully, sooner than later, there will be more detail on how much they're giving and all that info. So if you're a new account, if you want a new Google account, you can easily, be eligible for an ad credit to start. And then if you're an existing account, I'll just find out more information and keep you updated and let you know when that happens. So hopefully there'll be more news on that soon. All right, let's go into SEO news for this month. So there was a bunch of SEO news this month. First off, 60% of SEOs prefer to pause Google algorithm updates during the outbreak of COVID-19. So naturally, there was a Google algorithm update like immediately after. And so this is something that basically happened. They were analyzing it. They did a little test there. And they're seeing that there's a lot of basically indexes and things going on from Google. And this is kind of proof that there was an update and they made changes. And then further on that, Google had some information about reasons why there were significant search changes. And they're basically saying it's from the searchers out there. So there's a lot of search that's different traffic, obviously. Right now, with COVID, everyone is online, 40% increase in traffic as much as like in Italy. And then that's actually going across the globe, increased internet traffic. Something like a 2,000% increase in kids content being viewed, which is just insane. And, but so many things are up, from shopping online to, streaming, all this stuff online is all up. But Google mentioned basically why have I dropped ratings or whatever? It's because searchers have changed. It's not you, it's the searchers, said John Mueller of Google. So that's something to be aware of. It kind of goes into Google Trends, which talks about how the differences are also in the trends data, which is, I think, really interesting. Like if we look at some of this stuff, we can tell there's been winners and big losers with the Google Trends data recently. People are looking up some interesting things during this pandemic situation. Now what's going on is, toilet paper obviously was very big spike, but then it's going down, which is very nice. I'm happy about that. We can see that delivery has gone up significantly and is still on the rise. I think more people will do more delivering once they get more comfortable with stuff. So businesses will, grow stronger and things will change and there'll be more e-commerce and things like that going on online, basically. So this is where things are changing. And then if we look at Zoom, everybody's doing Zoom now. It's been a breakout, from all this stuff, success, I guess, for searches. Just to give you an example, Zoom is obviously very popular. However, if I change this and instead, if I actually say COVID is just, everyone was looking that up basically. The good news is that it is going down, the searches in general. So right now that's good at least. See, there's a dip that's happening, which is nice. Hopefully there'll be more going down and that sort of thing, but it's still very high. So yeah, overall, that was just kind of interesting to look at some of these trends. Travel has obviously gone down significantly, but it's kind of on par with where it used to be, but it's definitely down. Hotels are down a lot from where they were before. So something to note there. Okay, Google temporarily disables. Google temporarily disables local reviews to avoid flood of ill intent or malicious reviews. So this is a big one because Google has made changes to their Google My Business, and they basically disabled the review function. So don't request reviews at this time. Don't try and get them. At least the last I saw, it was not available. Hopefully that'll change, in 2 weeks or so. But right now they have disabled them because the experience is not the same. It's just different, and they don't want people to be just like upset or confused or leave bad reviews, false reviews for businesses, because that could hurt a lot of local businesses. So they did pause that. So they paused certain functionality within Google, the Google algorithm, you could say. But the main search algorithm is constantly changing, and I don't even know if that's something they could pause, because some of it's AI driven too. So maybe they can't even pause that. But that's certainly interesting. So over here, Korea, Cloudflare Korea has internet traffic up 30%. More recently, it was up 40% from others. Sorry. So, that's a big increase in traffic. Obviously, there have been massive increases, and because of that, also internet providers are not going to cut off users' unpaid bills for 60 days, which is very nice. I have personally spoken with cybersecurity experts, and I even have a video on my channel about hacking, and there's a lot of hacks and cyber attacks going on now, so do watch that. But I've personally spoken with cybersecurity experts, and the internet backbone is strong. Regardless of what you might have read or whatever, it is very strong. I mean, everyone is streaming Netflix and everything now, and it's still going very well. So that is something to be very happy about. The internet is doing great. Our infrastructure and backbone is performing well there. So that's fantastic. And the ISPs are obviously working on this too. So good for everyone involved there. So next is how to prepare your business for SEO for COVID-19. This was an article that we actually wrote on KowAbundant.com, the blog, and this provides some very good, helpful tips to deal with marketing and SEO for your business right now. Get back to basics, get a marketing plan, do an analysis, see your strengths and weaknesses. The big thing, keep everyone informed. Right now, everyone needs information. So keep everyone informed on everything. Your hours, what's available, if you need help, if you're closed, let people know, do the appropriate thing. If you need extra help, contact us, contact Kow Abundant. We'll give you some help. Be authentic, be honest during this time, very important. Make sure your hours are updated. That's just so important. A big thing here is play the long game, because remember, we don't know how long this will last, and just keep going with SEO. It's very important to maintain your business, maintain, whatever it is, even to think about how you might transition, might change, whatever, however that's going to be, or when things open up again, you'll be ready as well. So this is a great time to improve e-commerce. For one, I have a lot of businesses that are working on e-commerce right now. I've seen a lot of growth for e-commerce business to consumers, as much as 7 times return on investment for some. So that's a really, it's a great thing to focus on is e-commerce right now. So yeah, check out that article. It's fun and good. Another one that personally kind of gets me is that there are a lot of companies now SEO companies who are dropping the ball. And a lot of companies in general have, I think, dropped the ball during this time. And I wrote a piece on this to kind of talk about it, because it was something I was personally upset about. in many ways as a business owner and somebody who cares that way, is that right now businesses aren't communicating with other businesses. They're not, I had a business I was working with that had a web company that they're doing business with, and they didn't even reach out to them on like changing their site. Like they're paying hosting from them and stuff and development, and they didn't even change or modify their website. One thing I've done with my business is, if within reason, I've been giving out free web development of basic updates, like a banner on your website or something like that, to make sure clients and people are informed. So I'm very proud to update, and keep people updated during this time, because they want information, they want to know what's going on, and people want to make their own decisions. Live long and prosper. So that is something that is very important. And, also post on Google My Business. Post on Google My Business, do a COVID-19 update. That's very helpful. Do that as well. And that's what I recommend. So we already talked about the Google pledging more money for small businesses, which is great. We kind of mentioned about temporarily removing limited staff stuff. So now I like to take a little bit of a break, a pause. Hey, good to see you, Miguel. It's my buddy. All right, we're back. So right now, let's check out these memes. So this is fun. Did you know the first French fry was not cooked in France? Oh yeah? It was cooked in Greece. I need a little applause button. I don't have an applause button. Hello and welcome to this one. No, I don't need that. So yeah, there's some funny memes going on. Check those out. Isolation, always fun. I'm a big movie buff, so this I miss going to the movies. If anyone does, leave comments below, because I just love movies and all that. Homeschooling is a big thing. I have nieces and nephews that are homeschooled now, and my best to them. Some fun travel ideas for you. Look at your living room. So check out these articles. Again, they're on the page. Another one thing I'm really proud of that I wanted to share was the Jason Barger podcast that I'm working on with Jason Barger. And we've been doing this podcast for a little bit now, and it's been going really well. We're really happy about it, and I'm very proud of the work that we've been doing, and the messages are extremely timely right now. The stories are fantastic. So check out that podcast. We have
there's some other
Greg
things
Oden,
in your knee, and make some
example,
decisions on your behalf to do a microfracture surgery that then is not just a scope, is now you're done for the year. And so you come out of surgery that you think is routine, and all of a sudden, what?
I think I'm number one draft pick. I'm ready to dominate like all of them before me, the Dwight Howards, the LeBrons, everybody. And I'm like, okay, this is going to be my year. And I wake up to, no, you're sitting out for the whole entire year. So, not too long ago, we just had this parade. I'm supposed to save this city. I'm supposed to do all this. I had all these expectations for myself.
So again, check out that podcast. It's really good. Listen for more. It's the Jason Barger, the Thermostat is the name of that. So everyone, thank you so much for watching, and I just really appreciate everyone out there, every small business that's working hard right now to do the best they can for themselves and their employees. Right now, I want to mention, if you can donate anything to Columbus musicians and artists, please do. There are links in the descriptions, as well as donating for the Refectory as a sponsored. They're sponsoring food meals that they're making for those in need, so donate to that as well. And everyone, stay safe, stay healthy, and thank you so much for watching. Be well, and until I see you next time, live long and prosper. Bye.